Hello. So I've been working on the 7DRL, um, and we've only been at it for a little while, but I have been writing extensive amounts of descriptive text um, and that sort of thing, which is going to be fairly crucial to the experience of the game if we pull off what we're trying to pull off. Um, I gave you a taste of the world building stuff in the previous one of these vlogs, and most of that, as I said at the time, isn't going into the game. But look at me, I can't even be bothered to hold my head up or to put my webcam on a stack of Xbox game cases like I usually do to get it up to the proper level. I've just spent about 3 or 4 hours writing descriptive text. Um, yeah, as I mentioned in the previous vlog installment, most of the stuff that I wrote there isn't going to make it into the game, but there is still an amount of text. And the tricky thing with that is it's not pure sort of creativity, just setting building and world building and lore building. That's law with an R-E, not like legal law. Um, it's not just that sort of free-form, pure creative thing like the initial world building efforts were. Instead, it's sort of directed for a purpose. So it's text being written to do something very specific, and that means that I can't just sort of let rip and write. It has to be done much more carefully and in a much more directed way, and that's a lot more draining, I suppose, but in a good way. But this has been my experience of 7DRL so far, as someone who's never made a game before, never mind done it within a time limit. Of course, I'm not having to wrestle with the technical stuff. My collaborative partner is handling a lot of that. A lot of executing the stuff that we have designed and are designing. But my experience so far as someone new to this whole process is it reminds me a lot of being a student when I would leave big projects, essays and dissertations and the like until a couple of days before they were due, and then I would just have to pull long nights over and over. And you know that feeling where you've been toiling away at something for hours and then you stop and you're just kind of foggy in the head. It's that. And possibly the most striking thing which has kind of caught me by surprise so far about this process is the way that lots of things have to be both anticipated and designed in minute detail. It's all very well going, yeah, we want to execute this combat system or this ability system, or even just this one specific ability. You can't just do that. You have to think, how exactly is this going to work? What exact effect is it going to have, and how is that going to interact with other exact effects that we've got coming from another direction, from enemies or dangers of some sort? How is it going to interact with other abilities? You can go, yeah, this kind of ability will interact with this other kind of ability, but how exactly? Because we have to exactly put it in. It's not just going to happen by itself. And of course I knew that. But it's kind of a shock to the system how often we can't just hand wave this stuff, and you have to sit down and say, give me some numbers, give me some exact, precise details of how we're going to execute it. That has been the most shocking thing for me so far in 7DRL, as someone who's never designed a game before. But yeah, bit fatigued, but also still enjoying it at this point. And it's only the start. Wish me luck. Again, I feel like I'm going to continue to need it.